secret style Feiko coming to Volleyball Legends. I just got out of bed and woke up to film this video, so please watch the whole thing. Okay, new Feiko secret style. I'm going to be going over what it could be like, what secret ability would be on it, its stats, that kind of stuff, you know? And honestly, I'm just going to get straight into it. Okay, so Feiko. I actually want to see what that name translated from its original language to English would be. Let me just check that real quick. I think I did this wrong because I put it into Google Translate and it says it's Estronian and it just says in English it means Feiko, the exact same thing. But it does sound like fake anyways. Plus, in the description of the update log, it says a secret style that can fake your opponents. And that'd be pretty interesting. Now, I did see another YouTuber, Vira, go over the fact that it could be a redirection jump style. And in my opinion, that would be way too broken because that's not really something a bar would charge up for, much like Mikage. And that by itself is already OP. Now, once again, this wouldn't really fit in with a bar. So what I'm thinking is that is just completely out of the question. But I did see him go over two other things that I'd like to go over as well, which is maybe tipping over the spikers, which is where you spike and then you slow it down. And with the tip of your fingers, you tip the ball over their block or set. And the thing is about that is that would also be really hard to do because Mikage's block, you'll know, it has a really high hitbox, so it wouldn't really be able to go over his head. I'd say the more viable thing that Vira mentioned is probably setter dumping, because not only I looked it up in the Discord server, it has been mentioned like 3,000 times by people already. It's super hyped up, and I don't see a reason why the devs wouldn't just do that, because redirection stuff, that would be too OP and would literally, and if that actually came, it'd probably just be like a not full redirection and it'd literally just be Sanu. And the tipping thing would be way too hard to code because it probably wouldn't go over the Mikage block, which would make its, secret ability kind of bad because there's a Mikage almost every other round. It's very common now. So I see setter dumping as a way more viable thing, and this would just mean it could be a setter style. Now, thinking about the stats, the set would be a max set, rainbow set. This thing over here would say jump set plus probably like R or something, right? Probably like the twin switch thing or like the Kazana switch thing. It'd probably be the same thing as that. Jump set plus R to perform a setter dump. And then, right, use advantage. Yeah, same thing as that. And then it just showed the setter jump thing here. Next would be serve. Probably about a max serve. Basically, all setter styles have a max serve. And I think the stats would be just about the same. Just, I think speed would be a little lower, like probably about half. And then jump would also be max, so it can perform that setter dump at max height. Spike is probably about the same because it's out of the question because there's already a set for this. Dive, I'd say dive is half. Bump under half, right? And block half, honestly, because it already has max jump. So I think all these things need to be relatively balanced. And I think that low-key fits. I think that's fitting. If I assume it's a setter dump style, which seems way more likely because honestly, in terms of faking in volleyball, that is, in real life volleyball, I think setter dumping is like one of the only things you can do to actually fake them. Like, of course you can't redirection jump in real life, and I mean you can tip, don't get me wrong, that's a fake, but of course that'd be really hard to code in game because the Mikage block to make sure it goes over, plus just regular blocks has to go completely over, and it had to be at a certain height, like basically impossible to code. So that's out of the question, and I really like Vira's theory of setter dumping. I think that's honestly what it'll be. Seems fitting. Redirection jump is too overpowered for sure. Now, this style, if it were a fake style, it'd probably work best in twos, and then all right in threes, and then in fours, fives, and sixes. Oh my god, I said fives. I mean, fours and sixes, it'd probably be rendered useless, honestly, because there are already so many people on the court, unless it's a noob team where they all just run to the ball like little animals trying to like fetch a bone or whatever. If it was a comp team, they'd stay in positions and it just wouldn't get them. Depending on how fast the setter dump is, like if it goes straight down, I'd say the setter dump probably has the same mechanics as Hirakumi's block, honestly. So yeah, I think the setter dump would basically be the same as Hirakumi blocking, right? It falls the exact same way. And I think it'd just be like that, right? Just like that. Setter dumps that fast. That makes sense to me, right? And how it would go is, let's say I'm a setter style. They wouldn't think I'm a spiker style, of course, right? I'm going up, right? And boom, I set it, right? That's one thing I could do. Or here's how the setter dump would work. You go like this, your face this way, right? Ready to do it. And then, of course, it doesn't look like that whatsoever, right? But that's essentially how it would be. Your face this way, right? And then you can basically setter dump it. I'll say, that'd be pretty interesting. What mechanics though? Alright, so you can do this and like press R or whatever, and it does a setter jump. And it's literally like that, right? Of course, you don't turn this way and there's not a big redirection thing. You stay the exact same way. I'm just saying, this is how it would look to fake. And that would get people in twos. Don't get me wrong, that would get people in twos a lot. Although, if you're usually, even when you're setting, you're kind of positioned like this. So for comp players, if they run up like this, it will be a little obvious, which is why you don't always have to set it up sideways. You could go like that, although it wouldn't go like that, right? I'd say it has gravity and it'll pretty much go in from anywhere. Like if you're right here, and you set it up like this way, it'll probably like drop right on the line or whatever, like right here on the line, and I think it'll be really OP. And you can definitely like delay it too. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Now, let me think. It'd do well in twos. Even if it's against comp players, I think it'd do really well in twos. And a Haka Feiko duo would be actually like insane. And honestly, like a little too overpowered because it's just both faking styles, right? Absolutely insane. And then in threes, it'd still be all right. It'd still be all right. Fours, it's mid, and then sixes, it is useless. Honestly, probably won't do well in sixes. Fours, mid. Threes, all right. Twos, good. I'd say on a tier list, this style, if I'm correct about the setter dump, it'd probably be an A tier, honestly. Not an S tier. Jinko's S tier. TSH is S tier. But now this would probably be an A style. Yeah, it'd probably be about an A. Now this is just going off the fact that I'm saying it's a setter dump style, and it has the same mechanics as Hirakumi's block as it setter dumps, and it's a stretch, right? I could be completely wrong. It's just a prediction. But yeah, that's it for the video, guys. I am trying to hit 100,000 subscribers in the next like 2.5 months, and honestly at this rate it's possible. And if I can do that, I'll do a huge spins giveaway for you all. So like, subscribe, comment, and peace out.